Hey guys, welcome to another video. I have a mix of fun and serious things planned for the next little bit that I want to take you along for. I have some fun mail coming today. It's like fun when you're an adult. If you're a kid, it's probably not that fun. So that should be arriving today. I want to show it to you, unbox it with you. Right now though, I'm gonna go do some errands. I need to go to the library to return some books. I have a book that's overdue by a couple days, and I think the late fee system is the same that I'm used to, where if you bring it back within a certain time frame, they don't actually charge you late fees. Hopefully that's true. And we have a couple errands to do. Need to hit up the Dollarama, which if you're American is similar to the Dollar Tree, a little bit more expensive, a little bit more like better quality stuff in some areas. I think it's just a Canadian thing. And yeah, so I thought I would take you along, have some conversations I want to have. I'm a verbal processor, so I'll process a few things with you guys and maybe you'll help me work things out without really even having to do anything. So let's go to the library and to the store. Apparently I've been waiting all day for this delivery that has now been postponed until tomorrow, which I found out at like 4 o'clock. So tomorrow I should be getting and unboxing and figuring out how to use a robot vacuum. You guys, I've wanted one of these since like Roomba was the only one that made them. I got a different brand. I'll talk about it tomorrow when it arrives. It was quite a bit on sale. I know in the future we'll see, I'll give an update whether or not it actually works, but I'm excited about it. I've always really liked tech things, which is funny because Jared's whole job is tech based, but I'm the one that always wants to purchase like the newest tech thing. I had a Palm Pilot back in the day, got a BlackBerry phone first. Like I just always into the techie gadgets, and I've held off for so long for a robot vacuum, so really excited about it. Hopefully it lives up to my excitement, but I guess that will be tomorrow. Today has been a day of trying to get things done off the to-do list, but my to-do list is still very long. It's okay. Nice thing about the app that I use, it just bumps it over to the next day, but there are a few things I would like to get done yet before the end of the day. I get so excited and I just talk really fast. But one of the things I wanted to talk about in this video is, well, there's a few, but we'll start with this whole idea of anxiety and stuff like that. I shared a video on my booktube channel. It was like a weekend reading vlog, and I mentioned how I've been feeling so anxious, and I've mentioned this in a few different videos and places online. I've been feeling so anxious since we moved, which is understandable. Like I'm trying to be understanding to the fact that we've changed everything, so it makes sense to be anxious. At the same time, there's like zero expectations on me. We know one family in this province, like in this city. Well, we know other people now a little bit, but like we don't have all the commitments and the expectations that you have when you've lived somewhere for a while, or when your family is always around you. Like there's always some kind of family thing going on. And someone left a comment and messaged me about, you know, maybe it's not anxiety and maybe it's a spiritual attack. And 100% I'm sure that is mostly what it has to do with. I mean, we moved out here to plant a church. Of course, Satan is going to want to stomp on that and try to squelch that. And it's totally understandable, and I can see what he's doing. It's still frustrating. I still wish it wasn't such a struggle, but I'm finding things to do to fight it in different ways. Obviously a lot of prayer, going out and walking in nature. I have known in the last few years how much that helps me, but like even more so since we moved here, a couple days ago, we went to a new to us little hiking area that's like 8 minutes away from our house, and it was amazing. And it's pretty long for the shortest walk, especially with little kids. But I'm gonna be visiting there on the regular because I loved it so very much. And nature, I find, it just helps calm me down. And so does filming, especially if I'm filming little clips throughout the day. It helps me pause and notice things more instead of just like put my head down and get through the day. Reading is always a way that I relax, which is probably like another reason I'm feeling anxious now, because I haven't had time to really sit down and do that today, other than like first thing in the morning. I read my Bible, and right now I'm reading a nonfiction. I'm generally always reading a nonfiction book, but I'm reading Brant Hansen's book that I always forget the title of. Life is hard, God is good, let's dance. And it's a lot about joy and anxiety and all that. So it's really good for this season. But I prefer to have some time in the afternoon to sit down and read, and I just haven't had that in the last few days. I would love to hear how, if you guys struggle with anxiety at all, what are some things that you do to combat that? Yeah, this isn't an extensive list. These are just a few things that I like to do, and also just trying to remind myself, like, one, it makes sense to be anxious or have spiritual attack, but two, it's also okay to like try to fight against it and push through it. So tonight I will be doing some reading. I have a booktube live, so I will definitely be doing some reading, and then I'm going to see if I can get anything else done off my list before this. What is all on my list? I don't know how I would survive without, or how I did survive before this app, or I just had other lists, but I love the to-do app. Okay, so I need to post something to Instagram stories for a street team I'm on. Oh, I'm in the middle of making this, like, not a chore chart, but chore cards for kids. I talked about this in my cleaning video, Clean With Me video. My kids have a bunch of chores they have to do as being part of our family, but I wanted some things for them to do in addition if they want to make some money. So I'm in the middle of making those. If you guys are interested in a little bit more of like an in-depth look on what we're doing for like paid chores and how we're organizing it, let me know. I can talk about that at some point. I'd like to edit another video and schedule it. I'm in the phase right now where filming and editing is really filling my creative bucket, and so I have a bunch I would like to do. Yeah, that's probably, I'll see if I can get all that done yet today. The video I might not be able to, but the rest I should be able to. Welcome to another day. I just printed out my chore cards for my kids. I'm gonna use paper cutter and cut them out while we chat. Today, I'm trying to keep myself entertained while I wait for my vacuum to arrive. It's such an adult thing to be excited about a vacuum. Years ago when we got our Dyson, it was like my favorite purchase of the year. I'm like, you know you're an adult when. I have a couple work things to do today, one of which is editing a video for this channel that was on my list for yesterday, but I didn't get it done, which is fair because my list was really long. So I want to do that. That will probably get done in the afternoon. And then one other thing I really want to do is there's a few spots throughout my house that I need to find furniture for. There's this corner in our kitchen that, or like pretty much in the dining room, that is just a little excessively large and wasted, that I feel like we could find some kind of corner shelving unit to to go there. I did start trying to search for one, but everything that was coming up was not what I had in mind. So I need to find that. And then on either side of our couch, there's an excessive amount of space. So originally I was thinking, like before we moved here and before I like saw how much space it was, I was thinking that, oh, I could put end tables here with like on either side of the couch. But there's a lot more space than that. I could do like an actual table or bookcase or something. I haven't figured it out yet. So I think I might spend some time on Pinterest to try to think of some ideas. Like it's an excessive amount of space, but it's not overly excessive. So it feels like a weird amount of space that I can't put anything too big, but also I want to use that space. I would really like, oh wow, I'm doing a terrible job cutting these. Good thing my kids won't care. Oh, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I would like a place to put my hot cocoa in the mornings when I'm reading. I was using a TV tray, but that got stolen for a Lego table, which is fine. It gives me motivation to complete this project. I don't want it to be too much against the wall. I want it to like stick out so that I can use it in a comfortable way. So those are my plans for the day. We went to Costco this morning, spent a few $100s as one does when one goes to Costco. Mostly got, what did we get? Fruit, laundry detergent, shampoo and conditioner. Nothing super amazing. Toilet paper, fun purchases. Hopefully the vacuum comes because I really want to get that set up. I haven't vacuumed vacuuming the floor was my daughter's chore, but I haven't got her to do it for the last few days because I thought we could test out the vacuum. So now it's getting quite dirty, but that'll be a good test. See how it does, and I'll see if I can find stuff to order for these places. If I can't find anything, if you guys have ideas on something that would work well in these spaces, let me know. It doesn't really work to leave links on YouTube. It will often flag it as spam, and it doesn't even show up in my like held for review area. They just instantly flag it. So you can try to describe it or email me a link or something. Wow, apparently I can't cut and do something else at the same time because these are not coming out straight at all, and that's just me. Okay, maybe I'll concentrate on this now. Of course, I've been waiting all day. As soon as I get the food in the pan, it arrives. I'm wearing my vintage apron. I think my grandma made it, but vacuum arrived. This is the Narwhal Frio X Plus robot vacuum and mop. We got it from Costco because if anything goes wrong, it's super easy to return things to Costco. I do not know how to open this box. There's the box. I did not go with like the majorly expensive one because I couldn't justify that, especially having a 2-story and only being able to use it on one floor. My kids are wondering why I'm so excited about a vacuum. This is what happens when you become an adult. There's a big instruction sheet on there, which I will have to read. But there she is. I'll bring her down, figure out how to set her up while I finish making supper. But I'm very excited. Hopefully this works as well as it's supposed to. This weekend was really busy, and I can't really even tell you necessarily what we did. Like, it just was, there was just always something and nothing big. We did go to IKEA. I had some ideas of things I wanted for the house. Only thing we found is more dishes because I broke a few and we are low for how many people we have in our house. I wanted a plant stand that I saw from IKEA and it was on sale, and then it turns out they didn't have it. They didn't have hemming tape because I need to hem more of my curtains. Last time I went they had tons. That was all out. And don't go to IKEA on Sunday. I've never seen it so busy before. It was crazy. So tons of people, and then didn't even find anything on top of it all. So that was disappointing. Today I have been like more anxious than normal, which is, it's too bad. I was hoping like this video would be like, I'm anxious, let's do some things to combat that, and I'll feel less anxious at the end. And I've had times of less anxiety throughout the week, but it just comes and goes. There are definitely things that I know that do help. Things that I've said already: prayer, going outside, talking to a friend, doing creative things for me, filming and like seeing the beauty that's around me, like taking time to notice the way the sun falls on the floor or whatever. I have things that help lower the anxiety, and then some days it's just there anyway. And part of it is just accepting that and not stressing too much about it. because if I stress about being anxious, then I get more anxious, and you know, it's a cycle. If you guys struggle with anxiety and you haven't yet left a comment and shared how you help yourself when you're feeling particularly anxious or in a season of anxiety, I would really like to hear it. I'm hoping to make these vlogs like this, hopefully not completely like this, hopefully less anxiety, in like less talk about anxiety. I'm hoping to make them weekly. I'm in a season where I really love watching vlogs, and I like to film what I like to watch, and I think it's a little bit like a video diary. There's a lot of stuff I don't talk about, especially living so far away from everyone that we've left behind. I think this will be a good, like, both creative exercise and mental exercise. Probably not the right word, I don't know what I'm looking for, but I think it'll be very helpful. Way back in the day, before YouTube was even a thing, I remember, like, I would vlog in my head. Before this was ever a thing, I would be doing chores. Like, I grew up on a dairy farm, and I'd be out in the morning, like 6 in the morning, feeding the calves. And in my head, I was like talking to a film crew, because no one had personal like video cameras back then, other than like the big ones. So every now and then I think about that, and I think about how I used to do that. And I've been thinking a lot about, like, what did I like as a child that for whatever reason I don't do anymore? Should I include those? Like, obviously we're supposed to grow and mature, but there are some things that we kind of leave behind from our childhood that I think we should include. So I've been thinking about that, and vlogging is one of those. I used to just do it in my head, but now I can do it in real life. Hopefully next week's will be less talk of anxiety, though. That's my goal. Thanks for being here with me. Thank you if you've watched all the way through. Please share some of your favorite resources, tips, tricks for anxiety. I appreciate each and every one of you.